Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of the mostly asked questions, and also it's sort of like a hot topic in Ireland at the moment, which is the housing crisis. Most of the international students coming from all over the world, especially people coming from India, students who wants to study here, or people who wants to work here, who have already found a job in Ireland and they want to start working in Ireland, and some people who want to start studying in Ireland, do their masters or their bachelors or different sort of studies. So I get queries on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. I'm on all the social media and I get this query very often than not. How do you find a home when you initially move to Ireland? I know it's one of the most like daunting topic, and also it's very concerning looking at how people communicate information on different Facebook groups, and also how media covers one of the most bizarre and very unfortunate situation of this particular period for especially students and people coming from different places to Ireland. The housing crisis is real. Let's talk about it. All right. So, I mean, it depends on individual like luck, individual fate, and also it's very subjective to every individual. Some people find it very easy to find accommodation to rent in Ireland, and some people really struggle and they waste a lot of money in their initial days staying in a hotel, staying in hostels, staying in Airbnbs before they actually find a place to rent in Ireland. So some of the few tips that I can give, which is very generic, but also it's something that helps most people. So these are some of the places that I would recommend people coming from different countries to Ireland, and try and find accommodation to rent during the initial days in the country. So the first place I would recommend you search the Facebook groups. So there are many Facebook groups like Rent in Dublin, Accommodation in Dublin, Rent in Galway, houses in Galway, or whatever place you're planning to stay in Ireland. You search a particular Facebook groups. There are many people looking for similar houses, or they're in a similar situation. You can get in touch with them, or you can group with some people and try to find the entire homes where you can share homes with your friends. So Facebook groups are the first place that I would suggest, where you can put up a decent ad, introduce yourself, set realistic expectations, mention your budget, mention what you're here for, why you're coming to Ireland, and basic details about you, and have some normal like normal etiquettes, how to approach when you need something, and not write something very shabby or just put some nonsense. I've seen people putting up like, I'm looking for a vegetarian, I'm looking for a house where the ridiculous needs some people might have, that they will never find an accommodation in Ireland. You need to make some adjustments, and some choices needs to be made smartly. So Facebook group is the first thing, and the next place that I would recommend is very cliche, rent.ie, draft.ie. These are the two websites where you will see a lot of house owners put up an ad on the website, where you can write an email to them from the website itself. Again, articulate the email in such a way that you come across as very professional, very reliable, as somebody who would pay the rent in time, as somebody who would keep the house clean, manage the responsibilities, etc. So you need to be very smart when you write these emails approaching people for accommodation to rent. So these are the two places I recommend next, rent.ie, draft.ie. And the few other options would be reaching out to your friends or your colleagues or your seniors who are already living in Ireland for a long time. For example, I try and help as many people as possible, as much information as possible that I have. I've been living in Ireland for 4 years now. Luckily, I never had to struggle for finding an accommodation. I've changed homes, I've changed cities a couple of times, but it has never been like a big problem for me, fortunately. However, I myself, I try and help as many people as possible, and in every possible way. So there are people like me certainly who are living in Ireland for a long time and who are open to help, or who can suggest you, or who can guide you, or if they know somebody, friend of a friend, who is looking for a housemate or a roommate, so they can really help you hook up with those people, and just uh, sort of help you during this daunting process of finding accommodation to rent in Ireland. So those are some of the tips that I would like to give to people who are coming or who are traveling internationally and want to study or work in Ireland, and how you can find an accommodation in your initial days. So another thing, let's consider a scenario: you are in Ireland, you have found an accommodation, and the next basic thing would be, how do you manage your finances in Ireland? So I would also like to give some tips on how you can manage your finances in the initial days, and how easily you can set up a bank account with a new company that's emerged in Ireland called as Moneyjar. To traditionally set up a bank account in Ireland, it takes 8 weeks, and they ask you a lot of documents, and it's a very painstaking process to go through for somebody who has recently moved to a new country and they just want to manage their finances for the day-to-day transactions. It could be paying a utility bill, paying online for groceries, or paying at a retail store for something that you purchase. It could be anything, or just to transfer the money between your friends, or maybe to even transfer the money internationally to your family. Moneyjar can help you with all of this. It's as simple as going to their website, setting up your account, putting in all the details that's necessary, which is bare minimum. All right, when I say all the details, it's a bare minimum details that they're asking for, and they will send you a card to the address that you put. So you can use this card to either shop online or shop directly at retail stores in person, and also transfer money between your friends and internationally with a very low processing time and price. Definitely check out Moneyjar. I'll put up the link in the description below. And if you have any other queries, or if you want me to make different videos regarding different aspects of living in Ireland, do let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.